Hey, this is Stacy from Let's Cook, y'all. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We hope you'll enjoy all the content on our channel and you'll consider hitting that red subscribe button. We're back with a brand new week of some easy and delicious meals. We are trying to try at least 1 or 2 new recipes a week for you guys and share. So we've got a couple of new ones for you this week. Hope you enjoy the video. The first recipe we have for y'all this week is a pasta dish that we're going to start off with some baby bella mushrooms. I made this to show for my friend Ruth. Hey Ruth! I cleaned the baby bella mushrooms with a damp paper towel and then cut them either into halves or quarters depending on the size. I'm bringing a large pot of water to boil. This is an 8.8 ounce package of some dried tortellini. So this is a tortellini pasta toss. I always bring the water to a boil and then add the salt. I do undercook them a little bit because they're going to continue to cook in the sauce. In another pan, I bring the heat up and then add some oil, a little bit of garlic to flavor the oil, and then start sauteing the baby bella mushrooms. I season them with some Italian seasoning and just a dash of crushed red pepper flake. You can leave this out if you don't like it. I add a little more. Tim tends to like things very flavorful. The original recipe calls for white wine, but I just use chicken broth. And cook these down about 5 minutes. And then when the pasta's ready, we'll toss them all together with the sauce. Could not be easier. After the mushrooms have cooked for a few minutes, I did them about 5. Turn the heat off, take it off the heat, and add the sauce. Season to taste with salt and pepper. Then once I've tasted it and decided I like the way it is, I take a really large serving bowl. This is my largest macassa that goes with one of my sets of dishes. Put the drained tortellini pasta in it and then pour the sauce over it. Very gently mix and combine. Then I mix in some shredded or grated Parmesan, and then I put some on top for garnish. Sometimes the simplest things are the easiest and the tastiest, and this meets those criteria. This is a simple tortellini and mushroom toss with an Alfredo sauce. I made some cheese bread, quick salad. The pasta with salad and bread is what's for dinner today. I am trying a new recipe today from a website called therecipecritic.com. She has a slow cooker version, which I didn't get started in time. There's also notes in the comments about how people have adapted that one for the Instant Pot. I'm going to try the one that is the stovetop version. It's a cashew chicken. Some of the ingredients are chicken. We're going to mix up chicken broth, soy sauce. I'm going to use liquid aminos, some hoisin, some sesame oil. We're also going to salt and pepper the chicken and toss it in a whole lot of cornstarch, which I may not even have enough because I didn't realize I was almost out. We'll put the chicken in there and get the wok going. We're going to mix up the sauce and stuff and try this, add the cashews at the end, try this new recipe out. I'm going to deviate a little bit at the end, cut up some broccoli and add to give us a little vegetable. Let's see if we can try this one, if it will work. I have already used my rice cooker. And I've got some rice in the refrigerator, and towards the end of the chicken cooking, I will steam some dumplings or shumai out of my freezer. So let's make some cashew chicken. Better than takeout, it says. Let's hope, because I love my Chinese food. I'm going for chunks. I cut the chicken into some pretty good bite-sized pieces. I salt and peppered it. You toss about a 1/4 cup of cornstarch in a Ziploc bag and mix it all up really well together. Then we're going to mix up the sauce. 1/4 cup soy sauce, 1/2 cup chicken broth, 3 garlic cloves, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of hoisin. Mine's been in the fridge, so it's very cold. And then it's a teaspoon of sesame oil. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm going to put a dash of crushed red pepper. And when I saute the chicken, I like to use both garlic and ginger, so I'll probably add a little bit of those with the oil. So let me get the wok going. We got these to try from Trader Joe's. This will be our first attempt. The recipe. The box says to either heat them in the microwave or on the stovetop using a steamer, and I'm going to use the steamer basket that I've used before that works with my rice cooker. I separated them. They were frozen every which way. They filled up my rice cooker nicely. The box said to steam on the stovetop for 6 to 7 minutes, but this appliance takes a little while to come to pressure, so I'm going to try them at about 4. They're actually really small. I think they'll be done in about 4, but we can always put them back. My little rice cooker doesn't go below 5, so we will put them in at 5. The aroma.
Hey, good looking. What you got on your shoulder? Oh, looks like we're
My
gonna
grandmother did this, and I've done it my whole life.
Ooh, that looks delicious.
It's an empty wok. So.
Oh, I thought you could do something with the Photoshop or something. Deep fake.
I don't know how to Photoshop into YouTube.
Okay.
But as soon as the wok gets hot, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out, but I got to get some more avocado oil. Avocado or peanut has a higher smoking point, so.
And we're all about smoking, aren't we?
No, we don't smoke.
Oh, we don't smoke.
Don't
okay.
smoke. Don't smoke. That was not in the recipe. It just says to do it in olive oil. But there's never anything wrong with adding more flavor. And this is always my go-to, is garlic and ginger when I'm doing anything Asian. And it's hot. Saute the chicken. Brown it on both sides. I sauteed the chicken until I had a nice brown color on it, and then, like I said, this was my addition. I wanted to add a little bit of vegetables, so I added some chopped broccoli, and then towards the end I added the stir-fry sauce that we had mixed up. And the shumai are done, and I need to bring this up. Can add the cashews now if you like them softer. We probably like them a little crispier, so I'll add them towards the end. We're going to let this sauce thicken a little bit and coat everything. We're going to give this new recipe a try. Cashew chicken. I did add some broccoli. We're just going to have it over rice. And I did the shumai, steamed those. And we'll see how those taste from Trader Joe's. Warmed up the dipping sauce that came with it. I'm looking at it now, thinking this may not be enough. Can always do some egg rolls. I have those out in the freezer. Can't find crab rangoon at my Sam's Club anymore. Kind of bummed about that. But cashew chicken and rice and shumai is what's for dinner today. And for tonight's meal, I totally had something different planned, but when I find a loaf of bread marked down at the store, I change up my menus, decided to just make some easy paninis. I took some mayonnaise, mixed it with a little bit of horseradish, spread that on each side, layered just some deli, Hillshire Farms or Oscar Mayer roast beef, and then some cheddar. I did decide to go back and put a little bit of spicy mustard in there, loaded them up. I like to put either butter or olive oil or both. I had some bread left over, so I made some extra ones with just pepperoni and some cheese. Still working on items from my freezer, so I took out this bag of Bird's Eye crispy green beans. We did also show this in an air fryer video that we shared a couple days ago. These cook in about 10 minutes in my air fryer. I got out my little Cuisinart griddler, which doubles as a panini press for me, to press the sandwiches. I thought I grabbed pepperoni and mozzarella, but that's Monterey Jack, but maybe Tim will be okay with it.
I like Monterey Jack.
It's open and it needs using and evening.
And it tastes good.
Evening, I don't know if it tastes good with pepperoni. Do you think that works with pepperoni?
Cheese goes with everything.
Cheese goes with everything. All right. Tim loves paninis, so I pulled out my little panini maker and made us some roast beef and cheddar paninis. He's decided he likes these crispy green beans.
They're good.
Yeah, I think this is the second time we've tried these Bird's Eye. They're a little pricey for that bag, but they're really good in the air fryer. And some little fruit cups. So sandwiches, green beans, and fruit is what's for dinner today. Early in the day, I'm going to actually pull out my Instant Pot. I have taken 2 russet potatoes that I scrubbed really well. I cut them into pretty big chunks. I also washed the outside of some raw eggs. I only need 2 to make potato salad in the Instant Pot, but I'm actually going to put 5. I'm going to make some egg salad for lunch. So the Instant Pot is actually something I don't usually pull out. A lot of times I feel like I can make things on the stovetop or in my air fryer just as easy or better, but potatoes tend to boil over. I get distracted. This is 1 cup of water. I get distracted. Potatoes or rice are starchy. They tend to boil over on my stovetop, so this alleviates a lot of mess for me. I did order this OXO Good Grips raised steamer basket, so I'll put 1 cup of water in it, put the basket in, I spread the potato chunks around, and then I'm just going to basically nestle the raw eggs around them. Like I said, you only need 2 for potato salad, but I'm going to do some extras and make egg salad. Going to cook it for 4 minutes. I do need to put the top on. Hello. Put it on, lock it in place. Pressure cook 4 minutes. Then we will do a quick release. Once the pressure comes out, it'll take a minute or 2. I will fish those eggs out, put them in an egg, and then I will fish those eggs out, put them in a water bath, and get going on the potato salad. Mine is very simple, the way my mother-in-law taught me to make it right after I got home from my honeymoon. It's just some mayonnaise, mustard, pickles, and seasonings. Has a lot of starch. It's going to put out a lot of liquid. Public service announcement. The Instant Pot people say don't do this. It'd be a fire hazard, but I've been doing it for 3 years and I've never had a problem.
Seemed, as everybody shared their story, God was bringing each and every one of them and their families here for a reason.
I've shown this before. My mom used to have this cornflower blue Corningware, and when my parents either passed away or we moved them into assisted living or nursing homes, we actually got rid of almost all of it, and I always hated that I wasn't able to keep any of it. And I found this a few years ago. It was like a 50th, 60th anniversary edition, so I have 1 piece. So every time I use this, it reminds me of my sweet mama. I think things in the kitchen, whether they're food, recipes, traditions, Friday night pizza, Saturday morning pancakes, you know, takeout for Christmas Eve, whatever it is, Chinese takeout, or dishes that have been passed along, I think those are some of the sweetest memories. At least they are for me, being very food oriented. So I love things that remind me of my mom and my grandmama. And my potato salad, the finished product. If you watched last week, you saw we had Oktoberfest here. We love the food so much, we went to Kroger and got more brats and sauerkraut. You never take them out one by one. Why do you flop the whole thing on there at one time?
I'm lazy.
Okay. Are you going to split them apart?
I'll split them when they start cooking a little bit.
All right, brats and kraut on the grill. I love when Tim cooks for me. He is so sweet and I adore him. Hot off the grill. I love a bratwurst with a little bit of sauerkraut. We don't do this too often other times of the year, but when it gets to be this time of year, it just seems like it's a good time for sauerkraut, football, fall, German food, brats, sauerkraut.
Nope.
No, potato salad, no coleslaw, because coleslaw is cabbage, so I thought the sauerkraut was a sub.
I think that's a good idea.
So brats with sauerkraut and potato salad is what's for dinner today. I'm gonna do a trial run of a tried and true recipe that we've already shared on our channel for a chocolate sheet cake. You mix butter and cocoa and water and bring that to a boil on the stove, and then add it to a dry mixture that's got flour, sugar, baking soda, salt. We'll add some eggs, buttermilk, vanilla. We're going to frost it with a homemade frosting that's mostly powdered sugar and buttermilk, vanilla, another stick of butter, and some more cocoa. The thing I have never tried is making it in a disposable thinner aluminum pan, so I'm doing this ahead of time. I need to take this cake intact somewhere, and so I can't cut a piece out to see if it's undercooked or overcooked, and I don't know if the time and the temperature is going to be different. I normally use a much thicker metal pan, so these little aluminum disposable pans you can get in the dollar store or Walmart or wherever. I'm going to see, and I will update my notes on our website and show you a quick picture. This is a family favorite cake for just an easy 9x13 chocolate sheet pan cake that's frosted. Quick note, it's also on our website. I tried one time to make this in rounds and frost it as a round cake like for a birthday cake. This does not work. This cake is way too moist. The rounds won't hold together, and when you try to frost them, they slide off and make a horrible mess. But I'm going to get busy doing some baking. So I made 2 of these cakes in 2 days. You melt 2 sticks of butter and add 4 tablespoons of cocoa and 1 cup of water. Boil that mixture. In the meantime, you take a teaspoon of baking soda, add it to a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and then add that to your dry ingredients, which is 2 cups each, flour and sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then you'll add the vanilla and 2 eggs. Combine that really well. Add the boiled mixture hot off the stove to your flour and sugar mixture. Mix everything up. I mix it with a spoon, then switch to my hand mixer. You want to make sure it's really smooth. Like I said, normally I bake this in a metal pan, and I was testing it out in these thin aluminum pans because I needed to take it somewhere. In this little thin pan in my oven, it took about 37 minutes, which is 2 minutes longer than my recipe said, but I did go down to 320. I'm going to mix up the frosting. It's a butter, cocoa, buttermilk, vanilla concoction, and then we'll beat in some powdered sugar. Make it really sweet. How big of a piece would you like?
Whatever size you'd like to cut.
Okay, so that big?
Sure.
Last Saturday night, we were able to go to a surprise birthday party for Tim's aunt. We have not seen Tim's extended family since sometime in 2019. We were able to get together for a big birthday party for his Aunt Jackie. This is his Aunt Jackie with our sister-in-law Amy, and Tim's mom is one of 8. They were able to get all siblings together. We put out a spread of coleslaw, potato salad, chips, fruit, a cheese tray, some chicken salad, and then there was buns and stuff. We had done pulled pork in the crock pot. They also did a lot of baked beans, and we had a big spread and a lot of people there, some Rotel dip, and a lot of family, and we had a wonderful time seeing everybody. It had been way too long.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jackie. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. Take care. Have a wonderful and truly blessed day.